Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. We will go ahead and just get started. Dive right in. Go ahead and get an oil that is near you, that is calling to you. Um, I'm going to use, is that it? A citrus bloom roller that Kate made for me. So let's go ahead and take some deep inhales. And if you feel so inclined, go ahead, place your hand over there and repeat after me or any affirmation that's speaking to you. I'm doing the best that I can. I am doing the best that I can. I am doing the best that I can. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Tosh. She is going to share with us about Geranium, which is our 15% off product of the month this month. So go ahead, Tosh, take it away.
Sorry, I was muted. I'm just going to share my screen real quick. Don't mind my computer. It's a little slow. So Geranium is 15% off this month. And I'm going to tell you some uses and benefits of this oil. A lot of people like to use this oil as the cheap version of rose. So rose is $275. This one's I think it's like 35 or something like that. I actually didn't look up the price, but okay, so the uses for this oil, there's so many. It smells really good. It smells very floral. One of my favorite oils, actually. You can use it in your facial steamer. So I just got one of those from TJ Maxx for like $16, but you can actually put essential oils in there and let it steam on your face instead of putting it directly on your face. So this oil is actually great for that. So you can add 1 drop in your facial steamer and let it just purify and detoxify your face. You can also add a drop to your moisturizer for a smoothing effect on your face or anywhere else on your body. Also great for dry and oily hair. You can apply a few drops to your shampoo or conditioner bottle. So you don't have to apply like a few drops every time. You can just apply a few drops in your whole bottle and shake it up. Or you can make your own deep hair conditioner with geranium. Diffuse geranium oil for a calming effect. It's kind of like getting flowers, you know, that feeling you get when you get flowers. So when you diffuse it, kind of the same effect. So some other uses, it's great for your liver, your gallbladder and kidney issues. And you can apply it over the area or take it in a capsule. Also great for blood issues and bleeding. So it can help restore healthy blood or stop bleeding. So I thought that was awesome. It like if you have a cut or a wound, you can apply it to help stop the bleeding. And then PMS and hormones. So you can massage it on your stomach or you can take a drop under your tongue. Also, low libido. So if you're having trouble in that area, then you can massage it over your stomach or take a drop under your tongue. Same as PMS and hormone balancing. They probably all tie in together. And then again, dry or oily hair or skin. So great for the hair and skin. And then you can also use it as a deodorant because it's great for body odor. So some top properties, it's a detoxifier. Remove. I looked up definitions of it. We kind of know what a detoxifier is, but it's like when you hear the definition, you kind of get more in depth of what it actually means. So it said remove a toxic substance or the effects of such a substance from. So like those harmful cleaners or toxic toothpaste, anything toxic that we have that affects our body, anything toxic that we put on our skin that goes in our body, this oil can help detoxify your body. That's why it's good for the liver, gallbladder, pancreas, kidney, all our organs and stuff. So just think of this as a detoxifier. Also, anti-allergenic. It's has an anti-allergenic property. So it means intended or prepared for those suffering from an allergy. So it's great for those who have allergies of any kind. So I thought that was really cool. And then we were talking about the blood and blood issues and bleeding and cuts and wounds. So it's actually anti-hemorrhagic. I think that's how you say that word. I'm not even sure. But substance that stops bleeding. So stops bleeding. I'd rather say that because that word is like too long. Anti stops bleeding. And then antitoxic. So it counteracts a toxin or a poison. So even think about like when you don't buy organic grapes, it has like about 16 pesticides or something like that, which disrupts like hormones and all kinds of things. So geranium can help detoxify your body and remove those toxins and like pretty much poisons, like Monsanto. I'm not even going to go there, but they put so much poison on their food. So this can really help like reverse those toxins that we put in our body daily, even when we try not to. So how to use it, you can diffuse it, add 3 to 4 drops in your diffuser, and then you can use it internally. So there's supplemental facts on the back, which tells us that you can use it internally. They recommend diluting 1 drop in 4 fluid ounce. That's kind of a lot, like 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. I forgot to change that. That's my recommendation, but you can put it straight on because I've done that before. And then for your face, it's recommended to put 1 drop of essential oil to 3 drops of carrier oil. Yeah. So internal use, you can use it in a capsule or under your tongue. And then topical use, you can apply 1 to 2 drops to desired areas, like we talked about applying over concerned organ or stomach or wounds or cuts. And you can add fractionated coconut oil to minimize any sensitivity. So you can unmute and share how do you use geranium, or you can put it in the chat and let us know how you use it or if you used it for any of the things that I listed. Thank you. That was my geranium thing.
Thanks, Latasha. I wanted to, my carpal tunnel is too much, so I'm going to speak today. I would usually add to the chat. I love, love, love doing geranium in coconut oil. And then I put it as like a pre-hair mask treatment before I go in and shower and shampoo my hair. And I feel like that really makes it soft. And I also put a drop of ylang ylang in there too. And the smell is like amaze balls. I just love it. It's like, so I already make like a pre-made with one of those miniature, what do you call it? Tupperware things. It's like a small guy. And then I just put a dollop of coconut oil, maybe like 5-6 drops of geranium for the whole container, mix it around. And then it's always there in my shower, in my, like under my sink. And then I just pull it through my hair, like rub it between my palms, pull it through my hair and let it sit for like an hour while I run around before I shower. And that's like a pre-wash thing. So your ends don't get so over dried by the shampoo use, if you have long hair. So that's my thing. And the smell is incredible and it stays even after the shower. So that's my jam. So that's all.
Okay, anybody else? I actually love that you unmuted and shared, Jen, but there is a ton of goodness in the comments that I'll read real quick. So Michael says she loves to use it in her couch spray to keep the cats from scratching it. So that's super interesting. I always remembered Lotus always recommending geranium as like one of her top oils for babies, specifically to help support their livers and jaundice. And so Tasha kind of mentioned like rubbing it on topically. So that's how you would dilute it and rub it on topically. And then phrase, I don't know what your yup was for, so definitely let us know what that was for. Tawny says she loves using geranium and purified together for room spray. I've never done that. Kate says she does that too. Tasha, your presentation was super good. I loved it. And the word, I think, my teacher friends, so it's hemorrhage, so anti-hemorrhagenic, anti-hemorrhagenic, I think. No, my mom is shaking her head. Why don't you unmute yourself then and pronounce it correctly then? Go ahead. Those multisyllabic words are going to get you. Are you going to unmute yourself and tell everybody?
Wait, I'm just laughing. Sorry. What? How do you? I can't. I have to read the word to remember it, but it's hemorrhagic.
Hemorrhagic. Okay, anti-hemorrhagic. Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, yeah. The smell is really strong, and like I'm not like the lover of all the florals, so I think it's just all about diluting, using the proper amount, and maybe finding other oils that it works really well with. So oh okay, for sure, that's what you're saying. Yep, too. No to the antitoxics that we take in, right? So oh, that's so interesting. Kate is a lover of all the flowers. That would make sense with her love of lavender and all the other florals. All right, awesome. Thanks, Tosh. That was really great. I learned a lot. I want to invite you guys real quick to maybe reach out to one or two of your builders that aren't on this call. This is an unusually low attendance for us. So before we dive too deep into any biz topics, and actually we have a pretty light agenda, I want to encourage you to maybe reach out to one or two of your peeps and just remind them to hop on the call if they're not on here already. So first thing that I wanted to share was just a tip that I actually shared with one of Kanani's and Ivy's builders in Vegas. And so when I went to Vegas last, I met with Kanani calls them her Vegas girls. And one was talking about needing new contacts. And it was funny because I gave her this idea because I had been using it, but I realized I never shared it with everybody. So I have recently started to do my very best to like sample or even gift people that I come across to in travel. So not necessarily just like the random people I sit next to on the plane, although I haven't sat by anybody on the plane for a while, but like front desk hotel workers, even the woman who was helping me through Verizon, like I actually tracked her down on Facebook and friended her. and like just was friends with her and like sent her a care package with like one bottle of wild orange and some chocolates because she like super helped me out. And she ended up enrolling with a BOGO box 2 months ago. And like we're totally friends. And she said that she's going through such a hard time in her life, and opening that bottle of wild orange just helped her so much. And so just all of these people that we come across that we don't think about necessarily as, possible. I mean, it's not like my intent is always to sell them on the oils, but so for instance, when I went to Nashville, the front desk lady helped to drop off my my test to the UPS drop center. And so she was so sweet, and she gave me, so I was like, I would love to send you something. And I sent her like a care package again of chocolates and oils. No, she hasn't ever gotten back to me, and I did follow up with her once or twice. But anyway, that was my idea. And that's what your builder did, right, Kanan? She like got like 3 enrollments. Do you want to say real quick who?
Yeah, Jessica Silva, she's one of my biggest girls, so they're usually not on it so late there. But when we got together in April, Liza was there in March. She was really, really excited that that's what it was something so simple, but she didn't think about it. And with that, we have our own little Pure Ohana Wellness meeting once a month. So she was my top enroller. And she did great. And it was just doing exactly what Liza suggested. And, I'm sure it was just real casual talking story at lunch, and she ran with it. So I feel like the simple things we sometimes forget about. And then with that simple reminder, I was like, oh yeah, I should give my nail girl some deep blue. I should, like things just start coming to mind where we can like increase our contact list, and they feel so happy. They're so thankful anytime we share samples with them. So
what do you just said your nail girl? Because I literally, all of the women, and there's one who's she's like a college student. She's telling me how bad like her hands were, how much they ache. I just dropped off like Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex, Copaiba soft gels, and Deep Blue rub packets for them to try. And so, yeah, just kind of thinking more outside of the box when it comes to making new contacts was just like a little biz tip that I wanted to share with you guys tonight. So, the next thing that we want to talk about is convention. And I'm going to go ahead and real quick pop the link for convention into the chat. Convention tickets went live, you guys, and I cannot stress enough that how amazing convention is. And yes, the virtual option is available. So for those of you that can't make it, but if you think in any way, shape, or form that you can pull off convention live, definitely consider it. And then definitely talk to your upline, because there are people out there that are willing to sponsor people for their tickets to go. I know that that's what happened for me, and I've never missed a convention since, and I will never miss a convention again unless like I'm having a baby, which I have no plans to do that. Don't get excited, mom. So yeah, so we just really want to encourage everyone to understand like convention online is great. Convention live, nothing compares. So all of my people that have been, Tawny, Kate, my mom, I'm scanning, Aisha, who else? Ray, please share in the comments about convention and what it did to change you and change and solidify your belief in this business, because it is profound. So we really don't want to exclude anyone from this opportunity. If you can make it happen, we want to help you make it happen. Airfare is incredible. Kate got direct from Salt Lake City, from Maui to Salt Lake City on Delta, less than $400. I got with one stop both ways, for less than 400 on Southwest. We have team rooms blocked, and so please, please, please consider it, and also consider and make sure that you're communicating. Even if you're not going to go, don't discount that there's other people in your community that might want to go, because truly, honestly, I can say it and you'll be like, yeah, whatever. But once you go, you'll understand how truly magical and amazing it is. So I put the link on there. There is early bird pricing right now available. But I think that is available for I think till the end of July. But for sure, snag your ticket and set the intention to join. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Kanan. She's gonna share a little bit about account management and business advancement team.
Hi guys. Just wanted to share another little biz tip that I don't think we use enough, or we don't take advantage of. And you guys probably all know, once you hit silver rank and above, you get an account manager. And I feel like that's just magic, because they help you with anything and everything. And I've primarily used my account manager to kind of fix things for me. So me, if there's an LRP, or there's an order that didn't go in as an LRP, like somebody did multiple orders, then I'll email them, can you please change this for me? And sometimes that really matters. It's a big deal, not only because of points, but because we need them for power of 3, right? So that's why we use our account managers, and it's so much easier than calling customer service and all of that. So another thing I wanted to say is, we should really be using them for strategy sessions, and I never did that as a silver. I started doing it as, I want to say, gold, maybe even platinum, like trying to use them for strategy sessions. And so Caleb, my newest silver, is really taking advantage of that. He's really he hit silver and he immediately called them and was like, what can I do? Like, how can I use you? What are you like? What can I use you for? And I thought that was pretty remarkable, because I've never done that. And he's going to share in a little bit. But elites and premiers, you guys have a business advanced team that you can lean into and ask for help and guidance. And I just strongly recommend that. Caleb's had some success and he's going to share. I think he's on here. Yep, there he is. Caleb, can you share a little bit, please?
Yeah, of course. This is my second month utilizing the account managers, and primarily for strategy. I'm always about, okay, like if these are resources available that are free, might as well use them. So, I tried it out. I made an appointment. We did like a basic, I don't know, probably wrong words I'm using, but intake. And then after that, we just started from there. And basically, she has helped me so much. We meet every 3 to 4 weeks. We talk about how I can become a better leader and just a better person in the business and even in the world. We don't only talk about doTERRA, we talk about just different things about life. She's like my low-key counselor, I feel like, but she of course focuses on the doTERRA business aspect because it's a strategy call. So and in between those 3 to 4 weeks, I find it very helpful, because not only do we plan, okay, Kayla, this is what you're going to do for the next few weeks, she also checks in with me via email. So like between the 3 to 4 weeks, she'll be like, hey, Caleb, how's it going? What have you done so far? And then I would update her. I'm not saying, this is only my experience. I'm not sure if all managers are like that, but mine has been awesome thus far. And I would strongly recommend just utilizing them, because that's what they're there for. And for example, I just want to give like an outline. So for like June, what my account manager and I were working on is like me teaching more classes, at least 2 to 3 classes, even if that's hopping on someone else's, like just speaking a little bit about a product, and also trying to make connection more with my team. So like asking them the whys, and then also doing like duplication. So yeah.
Thanks so much, Caleb. And you know, that's so important. I feel like we do mentor calls. I do mentor calls with primarily my frontline leaders, and I love it. I love the connection, and we can talk about what they're doing, what they need help in, how can I help you. But really using the account manager for the strategies, and you have these goals maybe that we set together, but how can I get there? Like, what's my roadmap? How can I do that? Because not all the time we have the answers, right? We're just there to kind of help you and mentor you, maybe come up with an idea. But the account manager is, according to what I'm getting from Caleb when we meet, is they're really having this roadmap. Okay, what are you doing June 1st? What are you doing? You know, so I think it's just so great. And I'm happy you did that completely on your own, Caleb. So thank you. Great job.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And we don't want those of you that are not silver and above leaders to feel left out. The business advancement team is there as well. And you can do those same types of things with that. And Beth kind of put this, she called that number once and she was in a crunch and Kate was super busy. I think we all default to going to our enroller first, which of course we are here to support you, but the business group, the Facebook group, the business advancement team, like we have resources, doTERRA has resources that you can also utilize. And what we want to always remember is that we want to be duplicable, meaning that duplicable. I can't say. Can't speak now. I'm looking at my mom's face too, so that's throwing me off. I'm like, can you turn your camera off, please? No, I'm just teasing. Don't do that. Don't do it. Then I'll feel bad. But we want to show people and empower them. We want to be empowered to be proactive, to find information so that we can teach our people to do that as the same, because I learned that lesson the hard way as the team got larger and larger. And when your team's smaller, you feel like I can do it all. I can support everyone. I can be available for everyone. And then quickly as the team grows, your team grows, you realize that that's why systems of support are set up. So Caleb, thank you for doing that. So all of you that are silver and above leaders, if you don't have consistent strat, or maybe not consistent, but if you haven't had a strategy call yet with your account manager, send them an email, send it right now and say, hey, I just learned that I can do, a strategy call with you. Can we set one up? If you are not a silver and above leader, then definitely reach out to the business advancement team and do the same thing. And then also, if you are doing this as a business, I cannot stress enough how important I think mentor calls are, because mentor calls, and I know Miley and Jai are on here and I don't want to put her on the spot, but she came in, she was the first person that I started right away doing mentor calls with. Like everyone else, Tosh, Fraser, I'm looking at Kate Kanan, I never started doing mentor calls with them right when they started doing the business. But I will tell you that I remember when Tosh got serious about the business and launched, we did a solid mentor call every single Monday night for weeks and weeks and weeks and months. So that would be months, right? Those weeks turned into months. And there was so much strategizing and so much just constant looking and reflecting. So I highly recommend that. Now, with that being said, here's my caveat to that. If you're not doing the work, don't waste your mentor's time with a strategy call, right? So it goes both ways, right? If you want a strategy call, they're there for you with your account manager, with your enroller, but don't ask people to give up their time for you unless you're going to show up and actually have something to share and something that you're actively working on in your biz. Miley, I saw you turned your camera on. Do you want to say anything about that?
I just, I was listening and I was like, oh, I should just turn on my camera. I just wanted to say that it is super, super important. And I not only with doTERRA, but I also do one-on-one, and I also have a life coach too. So there is so much value because the accountability part of it too. Like, you know, if you don't have somebody to hold you accountable, you're gonna be like, oh, I'll get it done next week or next week, and then next week turns into months. So I feel like by strategizing every week, I make sure I get all that done, because I am not going to waste Liza's time. Like, her time is valuable, and I want to make sure that I'm doing my part, because she's helping me get to my goal. So I got to do my part to get to where, well, our goal. It's actually, you know, with Jai. So, and I just feel like if you can actually, it's not a, you should do it. You should definitely hook up with someone that can support you and do the work, because it does pay off. I mean, I see the progress every single week. Yeah.
Well, you guys are very, very good about setting very consistent and measurable goals, right? So it's like your retention rate focus currently and so forth. So, so yes, we just wanted to kind of use tonight as a way to remind you about the resources that you have available from doTERRA and also from us as a community. A couple of little updates, and then I'm going to turn it over to Fraser. She's going to talk a little bit about the low tox lifestyle. There's a big change that happens to the compensation plan on June 1st. So currently, our fast start structure works as if I enroll somebody, I am going to use somebody on my third level here. Let's see, Tawny. I'm going to use Tawny. Okay, so Tawny enrolls somebody currently. Tawny makes 20% fast start for 60 days of that person's enrollment off of the PV. Okay, so they enroll with a Healthy Start Kit. It's 110 PV. She makes $22. Actually, it's Healthy Start. I think Healthy Start's 100 PV. Healthy Start's 100 PV. Aroma Essentials is 110, whatever. Tawny makes 20% of that. Kate, as Tawny's enroller, makes 10% of that. And I, as Kate's enroller, make 5% of that, okay? Now, what doTERRA has done is said, we want to basically reward the person who is doing the bulk of the work in the enrollment to get more upfront, okay? So what they've done is they've taken that 5% that I would normally make, and they've given it back to the enroller. So no longer is there a 5% commission payoff. It's 25%, and then it's 10%. Okay. So there's pros and cons. We're not going to go into those. There's pros and cons. I personally like it just for the fact that it gives the person who is doing the work for the enrollment more money up front. And that also gives them more flexibility with ways to reinvest that money into their businesses. doTERRA has said that this is a trial period. I don't know how long the actual trial period is, but believe me, amongst the higher ranks, there are lots of discussions about the pros and cons of this. So doTERRA is going to give it a try, but just know that starting June 1st, it's going to change. You as the enroller will get 25% of fast start commission, and then your enroller will get 10% fast start commission. Okay. All right. Any questions about that? Pop that into the chat. Next little announcement is that the business building guide course, so the free course that doTERRA offered, and I'll put this link in the chat when Fraser's sharing, there is a contest that if you finish that course, the course is free. This book is $10 in your back office. If you don't have one yet and you're on Maui, I'm happy to give one to you. And there's a contest going on that if you finish it by May 31st. Oh, yay, Fraser. How far along are you? She's saying that that free business building course is so good. And you could be entered to win some free swag from convention. So if you are looking to get back on track, I had a biz building planning session on Tuesday, and we started looking at just pages 7 and 8, the 5 steps to success in this book together. But oh, that's awesome. You're a third of the way through. They are running a competition for that. Okay, so definitely take advantage again of another incredible free resource that doTERRA offers you to build your business. Here's the catch: you got to actually show up and do the work, right? That's the whole thing about this business, is that you can listen to all the webinars, you can do all of the things, but until you actually show up and do daily income producing actions, it'll be, a little bit more difficult to achieve your goals. Okay, last announcement is that if you're on Maui, we will be doing an Itovi drive-by scan session from 5:30 to 7 p.m. this Friday. The graphic just got posted in the customer group, so feel free to snag it from the customer group and share it with all of the customers on Maui. And to be perfectly honest, I mean, I'm not against you guys inviting non-customers too, because I'll tell you, sometimes when people get scanned, it makes a big difference in piquing their interest. Feel free to share that opportunity far and wide with all of your Maui peeps. Okay? I am going to pop into the chat the Wellness Wednesday sign up sheet. Please, please, please double check that and keep track of when you sign up. And please sign up, you guys. Please give back to our community. Yeah, Cami, it would be great if you guys did it on Oahu. I'm not sure if any of the Oahu builders have Itobi devices over there. Fraser, you bought one? Oh, go ahead. You bought one? Awesome. When did you buy one? Never mind. We'll talk about it later. But Fraser, it looks like, oh, Cami said there's a couple of you guys. So maybe that's something that you guys want to consider putting together in the near future for the Oahu people. So if you're on Oahu and you have an Itobi, or you know somebody that does, pop it in the chat so that maybe Fraser and a few of you guys on Oahu can help organize that. I know Ray's over there right now. I'm not sure how long she's going to be there. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead. Fraser, I got to give you co-host privileges and I will mute myself.
Hello, everyone. Okay, so for the past couple classes I have helped to teach, when I try to share my screen, it ends up completely like shutting out on me. So I'm praying it doesn't help, or it doesn't work, or it does work this time. But I'm going to be talking about like low tox living or toxic free living. And this is touching on what they went over in the leadership live. And it was super good. That whole portion on the toxic free living was really, really good. So I have some notes that I took from what the lady was saying. I can't remember her name, but she dropped some like really good information. So I'm going to be sharing some of that with you guys and a video that doTERRA has shared. So let me try to share my screen and I hope this works. So we'll see. Liza, I can see you. Can you see my screen so far? Okay, I'm gonna click present. This is normally where it quits out on me. So let's try this. Present. Oh my God, it's working. Okay, so toxic free living. So it's just making little changes every single day. So first we're gonna watch the video. So this was on doTERRA's Facebook page. And Liza, do I have to mute myself in order for their sound to work?
I think your sound has to be on, but you see on the right-hand corner, yeah, I think your sound has to be on.
Okay.
Sorry.
Every day, every breath, every bite, every minute under the sun introduces substances and chemicals that can impact our health. Indoor air can actually be more toxic than outdoor air. Many of the products that are marketed to keep your home smelling fresh spread chemicals and fumes into the air you breathe. Consumer products in the United States contain more than 80,000 chemicals, and most of them are understudied or unregulated. Our bodies have built-in protections and filters that help us manage the toxins we encounter. But if your toxic load gets too heavy for your body to handle, things can go downhill fast. Alternatively, removing exposure to toxins makes your toxic load lighter. Limiting your exposure to toxins is the goal. One of the easiest ways to lighten your toxic load is to start with the air you breathe. You may be used to lighting a candle or plugging in an air freshener, but these products release toxins, making the air quality worse, not better. Many plug-in air fresheners are made with phthalates and other harmful toxins. Scented candles are made with formaldehyde, benzene, and other known carcinogens. Aerosol fresheners can contain polydimethicone and cyclodextrin. Do those sound like things you want your family breathing in? Let's look at the ingredients in this essential oil. Just one, pure peppermint, straight from the plant. You don't have to settle for synthetics. You can have an inviting, uplifting aroma in a safe, natural way. No strings attached, no hidden toxins. That's why millions of customers choose doTERRA. Certified pure, tested grade is our commitment to purity. You can trust that whenever you diffuse a doTERRA essential oil, you know everything going into the air is pure from the plant itself. To make it easy for anyone to use the power of nature to improve the air quality in their home, doTERRA created the Aroma Essentials collection, bringing together 10 powerhouse essential oils and blends that are tried and true for creating a fresh, clean environment that smells incredible. With this collection curated for the home, you can feel good about the huge step you're taking towards lightening the toxic load of you and your family. The air quality in your home is a great place to begin. With pure doTERRA essential oils, you can say, goodbye toxins. Hello, nature.
Okay, let me get back to the presentation. Okay, so that's just a video going over the aromatic part of it and the toxins in our home where we can eliminate it, right? So instead of using the plugins, the candles, things that have the synthetic fragrances, we can easily make that switch with our diffusers and with our essential oils. So yeah. So do the products that you use on yourself only affect you? And the answer is no. Not only can they impact your own health, but they also impact the health of your future generations to come. So I'm actually like a living example of that one. So I'll go more into that later, but so our history of toxic exposure matters. So I want you guys to think like, what was your grandma exposed to when she was pregnant with your mom? What was your mom exposed to when she was pregnant with you? And what are you being exposed to now? So if you are or not having little ones, just what are you exposing yourself to? So all of those influences and the chemical exposures influence our genetics. So our babies are already being born with hundreds of different chemicals already accumulated in their bodies once they're born, and they still face a whole lifetime of chemical exposures, which is really, really sad that these tiny little innocent things are already born with all these really harmful toxic chemicals in them. So there is approximately 10,000 plus chemicals used to formulate just the cosmetic products alone. And about 1,400 chemicals or contaminants in the cosmetics are banned in more than 40 nations, but the US is not one of them. The US there's only 11 chemicals that are actually banned by the FDA within the US. So it's pretty sad that the US doesn't step it up when it comes to our products, whereas other nations are really doing that. So our FDA needs to get more on that. But what are some things that we can do now? So we can eliminate what we can. So that's just starting with things in our home and our personal care products. These are products like the things that we choose to bring into our home are completely under our control, right? So it's just deciding, instead of buying Victoria's Secret perfume, we're gonna make our own perfume, like pure perfume, using our essential oils instead. So you can start small. So what I did when I first learned about the whole toxic free thing and all the really bad things that it can cause with your health, I literally went in every single dresser, every drawer, everywhere in my house. And I just grabbed a trash bag and I just threw away everything. So I'm not saying you have to do that. Like, start small. You can choose your bathroom one day. Just go through one drawer, take out things that you use for facial care, and then replace that with doTERRA things. You can do the kitchen the next week and then start replacing things. So just start small and just make gradual changes as you go, so it's not as overwhelming. And another thing that we can do is we can help to empower others. So we can teach others about the effects of toxins, and we can also help them make the switch to toxic free products too. So you can help them by start eliminating the artificial fragrances, which is the easiest thing to start eliminating, by switching to doTERRA essential oils and just basically diffusing them instead of candles and Febreze and plugins and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to share, I'm gonna escape out of this if I can. So I'm sure like a lot of people already kind of know my personal story with this and like why toxic free living is like huge for me. So my two boys that I have now, I'm pregnant now, but my older two boys were both born with birth defects. And when I was pregnant with them, I was not using doTERRA. I was not toxic free at all. Like, when people told me about toxic free living, I just rolled my eyes and I thought it was like a bunch of BS. Like, I'm going to continue to use this perfume while I'm pregnant. But yeah, so I wasn't careful with what I was using, and both of them were born with birth defects. One had multiple surgeries, and I don't know Tosh. I'm pretty sure you guys know Tosh's story with her little one, but he also was born with a birth defect and he had surgery too. I don't know the cause for his, but I'm just saying, like, we both have babies with birth defects. This time around, I haven't been doing any type of toxic things for the past maybe like 3 years now. I've been super good with everything, all my products, everything in my home. I've been really, really good with toxic free living. And this time around is the first time I'm having a little one that doesn't have any birth defects or anything wrong with it, like, so far, for everything that we know. So I just feel like everything that I've been doing for the past 3 years to ensure that it would never happen again in the future is working out for me. And that was like that was my goal with toxic free living, was I wanted to eliminate the toxins because of what it possibly did to my older two boys. And it's possibly caused their birth defects. And I never wanted that to happen again, even though I didn't want to have another one, but it happened. So yeah, but that's kind of just like my story with that. So I just love sharing toxic free living and helping other moms and make that switch too, because I don't ever want to see other moms and their babies going through what my little ones went through. So yeah, so it's important to share that with others.
Thanks so much, Fraser. I never ever get tired of hearing your story, and it's such a powerful one. And your why is so deep for sharing doTERRA. So, congratulations on your little one that's coming, and that that you were able to make all of these changes and really see the results this time. So it's an amazing story, and thank you for sharing all of that tonight. That was really, really great. Anybody else have anything else that they want to share? Let me see this real quick. Michael said even simple things like replacing your laundry detergent makes a huge difference. And Jen Reichart said, and which is we know is true, like our skin absorbs more into our bloodstream than the rest of our body. And she said specifically the skin on your face, which I did not know that. So facial skincare is really, really important. And I've been talking to a lot of people lately, and I think our skincare products are amazing and really affordable. I mean, if you look at like the department brands of skincare lines that are full of crap, our skincare is really, really nice and really affordable. So that is a great way. Every woman uses some form of skincare. And so it's really important that we're sharing that you know, I don't know about you guys, but hydrating cream plus insert your favorite oil is life. So Kanan says she agrees that her oldest has by far a lot of allergies and has had a lot more illness than I think. Like, I don't think Cody's ever even been on antibiotics. Yeah, Kanan.
Yeah, that's why I love listening to your story, Fraser, and everything you shared. Like Colton is my 12-year-old, and he's the kid that I feel like we are at Kaiser the most, like every month, sometimes 3 times a month. And a lot of it was gut issues. And I knew nothing. I knew nothing. And the doctor shared nothing, like nothing about gut health, nothing about probiotics. It was this crazy cycle that I wanted to share, is that he would have bad allergies. So he'd have either ear infection or sinus infection. He'd go on antibiotics. He would do that 7 to 10 day round. It would mess up his gut because he already had gut problems. So he would be hunched over, holding his tummy at preschool, crying because he couldn't go poop. And it would just be cramping and hurting. So then we'd take him back into Kaiser, x-ray his stomach, totally backed up, spend the time, hours in Kaiser, you know, doing the enema and all of that. Then fine, he'd be good. And then boom, his allergies would flare up, sinus or ear infection, back on antibiotics. And we did that like rounds and rounds and rounds. Like it was awful. So he's so much better that we've gone toxic free, and we've just used a bunch of oils to support him. But you know, like compared to the baby, like Liza was saying, compared to Cody, well, he's 4, he's not the baby. Well, he's my baby, but Cody's never been on antibiotics. And we just like, luckily he loves On Guard. Like he just like pops beadlets, like they're super fun candy, and you know, have to like control him. So I just think like that's so true with this toxic free living. And that was I feel like it's so weird, but that was the hardest thing for me to switch. Like I was doing the oils, I was doing the supplements, but I was raised with Pine Sol and Clorox. Like it's just the Portuguese crazy mom that would clean her house top to bottom. Jennifer Reichard is clapping because she probably knows it. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys. Just wanted to share.
I always laugh because I feel like that's Marissa's story too, right? Like the hardcore Clorox, Pine Sol. So I know how powerful it is. Pine Sol is evil. Thank you, Fraser. And maybe for one of your Wellness Wednesdays, you could just go live with that presentation and share your story in the group, because I feel like that would be so powerful. Don't feel like you need to share a product. If you have a powerful story, I want to get Marissa, I don't know if she signed up, but I want her to do her cleaning thing, because it's so, I don't enjoy cleaning like how she does. I want to enjoy it like how she does, but I feel like she has this new found love and appreciation for it because she makes all of these non-toxic cleaners and uses all of these other alternatives that she never thought she could live without. And they're meeting her standards. So all right, you guys, that's pretty much what we have for tonight. Cami just says, I've had gut issues for about 10 years before using doTERRA. Haven't had any issues for the last year after using PB Assistant oils. Those are the stories that need to be shared. And if you're not a person that wants to go live in that group, create a post one Wednesday, you know, about PB Assistant or your story, and maybe post a picture of your most used products, and then type up something for people to refer back to, because those testimonies, you guys, those are the most powerful tools we have in this business. Besides the amazing products, it's our testimonies, like Fraser's testimony and Kanani's testimony, and we all have some level of testimony. So please, 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 Cami, that's a powerful testimony. So please, if you don't want to go live, but you want to do a post on your story or whatever, I really encourage you to do that, because we need to share those with everyone. Okay, you guys, if there's nothing else, I think that's it. Let's go ahead and take on, turn on our cameras real quick for a team pick. All right. I like how Jen's fluffing her hair. Love it. All right. Oh, Tilly, is that a new puppy? No, okay. All right, let's go ahead and smile. Tosh with her signature peace sign. Love it. Okay, second screen, smile. All right, you guys, as usual, thank you for showing up for yourselves, for your community, for your businesses, for your learning, for your growth. Kate already sent an email to her account manager. I highly encourage you to do the same. Reach out, take advantage of the resources and tools, enroll in the BBG course. I forgot to post the link, but go look in the Facebook group. It's there, it's free, it's for you, and we'll see you guys next week. Kanani and I will be in Mexico for the doTERRA incentive trip. So the rest of the crew will be holding it down. They'll be sharing with you guys about our retention rate ideas that they've had. and yeah, we have an exciting June plan for you guys. So stay tuned. Can't believe May is almost over. Have a great night, everybody. We love and appreciate you. Bye.